Alright, I know this is a long TikTok, but I'm gonna explain how I almost died back in October because doctors. Because I think this could benefit a lot of people if I tell this story and then, oh God, I have 200 stories. And I'm sure a lot of you do too. But here we go. I was hospitalized because I went into, I would call a severe flare-up of mast cell activation syndrome where I couldn't eat anything or drink anything without getting anaphylaxis and my face going numb and just a whole bunch of shit. It was affecting my heart. It was bad. Forgive me, I'm eating. But I had just gotten diagnosed by Dr. Afrin in New York with mast cell activation syndrome after being sick with it my entire life, most severely in the past 8 years, and every doctor in the universe that I've ever seen, and every nurse, told me it was all in my head all the time and even tried to lock me up twice. Once was successful. Anyway, this is the first time it was really bad. Now, I normally take a swig of children's Benadryl liquid, and some of the anaphylaxis symptoms will start going away slowly or not get severe. Well, I did that at home, and it gave me more anaphylaxis. What would a doctor say to that? Oh, that's not possible. That's impossible. You're crazy. How far does that medical degree of yours go? Because if you don't know what mast cell activation syndrome is or how it works in your body, then shut the fuck up and listen to the patient for once. Thank you. Because I'm sorry, we don't have medical degrees, but we are the fucking expert. Maybe if they listened to us and did what we told them to do in our care, we would all stop dying at the hands of doctors and nurses constantly. Back on track. So they hospitalized me because I had to keep coming to the ER every single day for shots of Benadryl, shots of Meteral. Nothing was working though. And so they admitted me. But at first, the nurse and the doctor in the ER, you know how they talk to us? Oh, why do you think you're in here? Well, I'm not seeing any signs of anaphylaxis. If you had anaphylaxis, you would be dead by now. Because none of these doctors or nurses actually know what anaphylaxis is and the 4 stages. And a lot of people don't get to the 3rd or even 4th stage. They just don't know. They weren't taught this stuff, but they think they know everything because of their ego trips. And they don't. So, they thought I was making up having mast cell activation syndrome. So I gave them the number to Dr. Afrin. Dr. Afrin explained everything. And they came back, well, I don't know what to do. Maybe we'll just admit her. I don't know what to do. Maybe next time, stop treating your patients like they're head cases when they're trying to actually just explain to you what their disease is about. So you can actually save a life. Or at the very least, save someone from more trauma. Like, stop causing more trauma to these people. Stop. Anyway, to make a long story short, I was hospitalized. They were giving me Benadryl around the clock through an IV. Like, I started feeling worse. And then I noticed that at the site of the Benadryl, it was bubbling up with redness and hives. And I pointed it out. What did the doctor say and the nurse say? Oh, it's not possible to be allergic to Benadryl. Go back to school. So then they added Meteral, which I had already been taking. They ended up giving me 40 milligrams of this prednisone. 40 milligrams 3 to 4 times a day around the clock for 10 days. I kept getting worse and worse. So why is it that you keep administering something that's making someone sicker? I'd love to know the answer to that. I'd love to know. Granted, there's 1,000 other medications that they could have been trying. They were taking my blood tests around the clock, as they do in hospital stays. How many times do you think they lied to me about my test results? I mean, they lie to everybody about everybody's test results. Which, by the way, guys, if you're hearing this right now, always do your own results. Always learn how to read your own MRIs. Learn how to do all that shit your own self. I can't talk right now. Every single time they lied to me about my test results. Do they not know that we have a portal and I can see my own test results before they even come into the room to tell me what they are? Oh yeah, man, everything's normal. And then the whole doctors, there was like 4 doctors that came into my room and they sat down on my bed. Well, we're just here to tell you that this is all psychiatric and it's all in your head. You're just making this up, and it's just part of your mental illness, and we can send you to certain people that can deal with your kind of mental illness. Even though they just spent the last 4 days on the phone with my specialist, telling them all about me and how I have this disease and how they proved that I have this disease and how to treat it. They weren't listening to his treatments anymore. They weren't doing them properly. Doctor's ego. So what did my test results actually show? Well, my white blood cells, all of them, were completely through the roof. Completely. My liver and my kidneys were failing. Isn't it grand? It's so wonderful that they don't even tell you this. And what did they do? They kept feeding me the drug that's causing the liver and the kidneys to fail. Make it make sense. How the fuck does it make sense? How? And I kept telling them, look, bitches, these are my fucking test results. Quit lying to me about them. It's showing that I'm having these failures in my body. So stop giving me the fucking Solometerol around the clock at that high of a fucking dose when it's not doing anything but killing me anyway. Oh, well, it's all in your head, sweetie. It's all in your head. No. I tell you what's gonna make me end up going crazy is these fucking doctors in this country. I'm sorry, but the USA is a complete fucking shithole. And I don't care what anybody says. I don't care. You don't have to agree with me, and that's totally fine. And it's not just the healthcare. Listen, all of us know that they are literally trying to kill us, and they have been for millenniums. All we do is sit here and bitch and complain about the chemicals in our food and the chemicals in our water but none of us are going to do anything about it. Did it ever dawn on anybody that our country, our government is trying to murder us all? Nobody's going to do anything about it. They're just going to sit around and complain. If it's not the healthcare system, it's something else. I mean, it's been raining. I can't even imagine how much crap is in the rain. Do I want to play in the rain? No. It's 2024. I have enough health problems. I don't need all that pollution to rain down on me and soak into my skin. Fuck that. It's not going to get better unless people come together and actually do something about this shit. People are dying. People are sick. And yes, I'm chewing my food. I'm sorry. It's the only food that I can eat after taking my meds, and I have to do it in an ER parking lot, mind you. Every single day of my life. I have just watched way too many people die at the hands of doctors. How did I get out of the hospital? Well, the doctors were refusing to take me off of the meds. So my boyfriend came and got me. And the doctors wanted me to just, if I was leaving the hospital, to just come off of all of this meds. Cold fucking turkey. Yeah. Awesome, isn't it? All of those steroids, I had to come off of cold turkey. While I'm also in the middle of trying not to die every day. It's awesome. So cool. After my boyfriend rescued me from the hospital, he brought me to Florida. That was in Michigan that happened. Of course, it would happen here too. It doesn't matter where you're at. And I came off of that shit cold turkey. I lost 33 pounds in 7 days in the hospital. And my weight kept coming off. That was October 2023. It is now January 2024. I lost 52 pounds very, very quickly. And it's still coming off. And now my body's attacking my thyroid, so that's so cool. Who knows if I'll ever find a doctor that wants to deal with that doesn't lie to me constantly. I don't know about you all, but I'm leaving the country. I'm sick of their bullshit. I don't know when.